Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stone-Faced Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are back with SDF Macross. Why don't you go ahead and let us know what happened last time?
Last time we have the escape of the Centrati spies, and also the fact that an ultimatum has been delivered to the Macross that either they leave Earth or they will be attacked by the UN forces.
Sorry,
So we
not to
have those two
interrupt you
storylines.
here real quick, but you said the return of the Centrati spies. I believe you mean the most prolific thieves in history.
I was gonna get to that in a moment. Um, Basically, our spies managed to somehow steal a bunch of stuff, and among them, they have records and holo records. In fact, how they call them. So I guess they're holographic, and also life-size dolls of Minmay. So while they basically tell what has happened to them in the Macross to Britai, who now has even a bigger fleet, estimated at 1,200 ships, or whatever else he had before, they also managed to spread the idea of the so-called culture across the Centrati lower officers or the lower deckers. If you're mourning the fact that lower deck will have by the time that this video comes out, announced its final season this year. So there's that. I hate you, Paramount. Anyway, at the same time, the Macross are preparing to leave, and essentially not much happens in this episode other than that, but it does. There's a big speech that the Captain Global has to give, essentially telling the truth, really for the first time, like just straight out. Because before we seen them doing propaganda, but this is the first time that the Global is like, no, listen, we're screwed. We just got they want us to go back to space. We're not gonna go back. They're not letting us go back, and I'm not gonna fire on my own people and start a civil war, which I could technically easily win, but I don't want to become, I don't know, a dictator of Earth. And we'll kill a lot of people probably in the process. More people have already killed, by the way. And so we're gonna be in space. So basically that's the last episode. A big announcements, and Min-May sings, spies announce who they're going. It's more of a, I feel like they're putting things in place for future episodes, right? This is sort of okay, we need these things to happen. We're kind of slowing down again. We had a couple episodes where things were going very fast and a lot of things were happening. Now we're kind of slowing down again. And our poor boy Hikaru is still broken up about the death of that guy, which I can never pronounce his name. And I guess on top of losing Roy as well.
Oh,
So there's
I was
that.
about to say, you mean Roy? You forgot Roy's name? Yeah,
Yeah,
like I said, Heyo. His first
yeah, hey,
name is H-A... Heyo? Was it H-A-O or H-A-Y? Oh.
fine. Oh,
Anyway,
yeah.
it looks like it read as Heyo, so I mean, it's not happy to say anymore, so I guess more of a Heyo. I mean, he's dead now. That's my point.
Yeah,
Horrifically died.
they Kakisaki being his name.
Either way. Yeah, no, it was a very low impact episode. Well, not a low impact, it was very high impact episode, low activity episode. But still, look, I know it's like one of the first things you said. I just want to circle back around to the fact that these people were picking up fridges and carrying them to their hidden hideout.
Yeah,
Whole pianos, that's a job for even three people,
yeah,
and not like just one or two, multiples of them. Like they had enough to fill their giant table with all the crap, and then still had stuff in their pockets. You know,
yeah,
the most prolific thieves in history that, by the way, could not figure out a storefront. Like, where were they stealing this stuff from? Did they like bash their heads into every window so that every store person was like, "Oh, you must be starving. Here's a player piano." Like, where were they getting this stuff from? We know they never had any money.
yeah,
It's insane. It's insane. Like, I guess if we actually are going to consider them to be the most prolific thieves in history, maybe they did steal that battle pod.
yeah.
Because
From
I
that
mean,
episode.
I would assume that thing would have been under lockdown for the scientists to research Zentradi tech. But I guess also there's been so many destroyed Zentradi ships in Earth's orbit and on Earth's surface now that we have as
Yeah,
much of it that we actually could ever need.
Yeah.
that one is no longer special. Well, I guess by the fact though it is the only one that's not been destroyed.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just there's layers of stupid at work here. How did these guys do all of this stuff off screen? Okay, that works. I mean,
Yeah. They have it. They did it. That's all we know.
and
How they did it, nobody knows.
we didn't really see Mila this episode either, did we? Last episode
No.
rather.
No, last episode, no.
So the implication is still that she boarded somehow, but we didn't see it. Of course, we couldn't though, because that would have implied that the Zentradi were on the ship at the same time she was, and that is a barrier to entry that we cannot have. Again, I'm still thrown by it because of the fact they can talk on communication screens just fine. So that we know each other exists, we don't have a problem seeing one another.
But sharing space, basically, that seems to be the thing that they
Right,
don't
right, but
do.
what's the difference between like being on the screen and not?
I guess it's just being able to. I mean, it's the interaction, right? It's like your girlfriend in Canada versus your real life girlfriend. You know?
Okay, no, for me, I think my implication here is more the difference between, say, going to a concert and seeing someone on stage versus watching that concert on your TV. The implication that you're there and close might be present, but you might as well just be as far away as when you're watching it on TV.
I mean, I think the implication is that you're watching something on TV by yourself or the internet versus going to the concert and being with other people.
Right, right, but if you only go with a bunch of dudes, right, to watch, say, I don't know, Ariana Grande, as an example, you're as close to Ariana Grande as you are if you're watching it from a TV, and you're still with a bunch of dudes.
I mean, immediately, but then there's all the people there as well.
Well, my indication here is that even if you're in your whole ship full of guys and you're talking to a female Centrati on screen, there's no real difference there.
I mean, okay,
I lost that train of thought.
yeah, okay.
My point is that when the guys, the spies, right, they saw Mid-May on a display and they said, I felt weird. My heart started feeling weird. I got these weird sensations on my chest. Like, just seeing Min-May caused them to go weird. Now we have female Centrati on screen. Just seeing the female Centrati should make them go weird. But they don't. That's the distance implication I'm trying to bring up.
Okay, I get it. I
That
get it.
just
Yeah.
being near Min-May doesn't mean anything. The vision of Min-May caused them to go weird. Why is it the female Centrati? We can just call them up at any point, right? These these people could be having these weird modern teenage syndrome thing, right? Oh, I spent all last night in my quarters talking to Commander Mila on video chat, you know? It doesn't make any sense if you think about it for like a half a second. What's the point of the separation thing? If Why don't they feel weird talking to female Centrati? They clearly feel strongly enough to separate themselves from them, but they don't feel the same thing that they felt when they looked at Minmay.
I, you know,
I don't.
I'm not
I
gonna.
don't. This is an
I,
inquisitive tone of voice.
I can't. I don't know what to say about that. Yeah.
Well, I feel like I'm trying to make mountains out of molehills, but I'm not, because it's the entire point of the show is that the culture thing is what affects them. And it's not just well, I don't know. This obviously being in a society of men and women is not just a culture thing, but it's like the entire basis of their entire investigation. What do you mean men and women are living together? You two kiss. You know? It's like their whole thing, but it doesn't make sense if you take a step back and look at their society.
I mean, they are physically segregated, even if they are. They don't naturally interact. They don't reproduce through biological means, and I guess outside of the military context, that's the only time they have contact with each other, right? They're not have regular conversations like, "Oh, I have a girlfriend," or "I have a wife," or
Well, yeah,
that
except for
is
that
not something.
the fact that we know that there are OG Centrati out there somewhere that are my clone versions of themselves.
Oh, so they claim.
Well, they think, or what's his
They
name?
think.
I want to call him Galen. I can't remember his name. Uh,
Badosa, yeah, the commander,
yeah,
and even when he said
very
that, he
bald
said,
guy.
yeah, if you repeat what I just said, it's on penalty of death. So yeah,
Right. I mean, I understand the physically segregated part. It's again the fact that these guys saw Bin May, and that's how they went all weird, and that's what started this whole thing. And the fact that they can then have like our pilot guy can constantly get admonished by the female admiral, and he's not like, God, I hate it when she fucking tells me what to do, but I feel really weird every time she calls me. You know, there's none of that going on. It is just doesn't make any internal sense to me, and that is like a big problem because it's the show is not aligning these two major plot points together. All right, but you got nothing. So, do you have any other thoughts about the episode?
no, not really.
Okay. I guess what's coming. No, we're not in wrap up yet.
Yeah.
Uh,
Next coming, yeah, we have episode 21, Microcosmos.
right, the movie episode. All right, well, I said we go ahead and get into it then. But before we get started, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment down below to feed that algorithm. On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered, uncensored, and uncut, as well as some early access stuff, you can check it out over on the Patreon. It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure. It's all to support the channel, just a little bit extra. I don't imagine there's any other details in the opening we haven't picked up on yet.
No,
Especially,
really, it just
I was gonna say, especially because everything else seems to be from early in the series, right? He's in his own jet.
yeah.
It all seems to be like, I would say, first or second episode. Like the
Or
Macross
like,
is floating above Macross City. The implication I would feel he's, well, I don't know. He's taking off from the Macross though, which does not happen during those episodes.
no,
That wasn't Roy behind him, was it?
no, some other guy.
Yeah, I mean it was Brown, but that was Roy right there though. Roy featured every episode for zero point 0.5 seconds. What do you think would happen if the Macross fired its gun at the Earth?
I mean, we already saw what happened in movie. I mean, from space down to the Earth.
Yeah,
Probably like a nuclear explosion. I mean, it took out half a mountain with one
yeah, but
shot.
it
So yeah,
destroyed that mountain. It didn't like
yeah. I suppose to make a big crater and then explode.
practically banished. No, I believe it's effectively been banished.
とうとう館内でカンフー映画シャオパイロンを完成させてしまった。
Die
そして
pylon.
今夜は
Welcome to the
映
Hotel
画シャオパイ
Centennial.
ロン公開前夜
Unfortunately,
祭
all
の
of our
パー
rooms
ティ
have
ー
been emptied. We don't know why.
ヒカル、今頃どうしてるかしら。ずいぶん会ってないわ。
Oh, now she's pining for him.
そういうマネージャ
Well,
ーは
absence
僕
makes
の
the heart
飲みすぎや
grow fonder.
これぐらいは飲みすぎと言わないの。飲みすぎってのは君が二人になるという至極幸福な状態なのよ。
2倍綺麗に見えるかしら。
違う違う。スケジュールが2倍組めるからよ。
What an
ジョー
asshole.
クジョークさあ、中に入ろう。風邪ひくよ。
私、疲れちゃ
It's temperature control. What she's gonna catch a cold?
もう倒れるのはなしよ。あの時は大変だったんだからね。
I mean, to be fair, I
う。なん
guess
か今の生活
you
は
could consider shit like the fact that they're in space.
気が抜けたんだよ。
ちょっと
This place
違うんだけ
wasn't
ど
made to have a city filled
そう
with
だ
50,000 people in it.
一つ確保できない？
初日は明日だ。 それもこんな夜遅く。
ダメ？
ああ、なんとかするわ。指定席の1枚ぐらい任しときなさい。じゃあね。
初日の指定席なんて我ながら明暗ね。
あら、主役の民名さん。
Oh, look, she's still here.
ごめんなさい。せっかくのドレス台無しにするところだったわね。
いいえ。
でもこのドレス高かったんでしょ。私のほどじゃないにしても。
ジャミシちゃん。ジャミシちゃん早く。
はい、今行きますよ、社長さん。
あら、民名ちゃんかな。
See?
社長さん。
She has the means. She could have gotten off this fucking ship.
あれも疲れる原因の一つね。
民名、マネージャーから伝言だよ。特等席 A の5番が取れたってさ。
うわー、嬉しい。ありがとう。
例ならマネージャ
Why
ーに
wouldn't you have VIP seats anyway? You're the star of the movie.
部屋まで送ってあげよう。
はい、こちらは軍宿舎。男子寮。
There were buttons on that pad I did not understand.
一条注意いらっしゃいますか？
一条注意。ちょっと待ってください。あ、注意は今偵察機の護衛で出ておられます。
いつ頃お帰りになりますか？
それは言えません。
そうですか。すみませんが、シャオパイロンの初回の A の5番が取ってありますからとお伝え願います。
A の5番
Oh,
ですね。
sorry. I thought the
Eh,
implication was a
another.
receipt for her.
にゃんにゃんと言っていただければ。
そういえばわかりますか。
それじゃ失礼します。
はい、ご苦労様。
どこ行っちゃったのよ。せっかく指定席取ってあげたのに。
Flying or escort for a recon plane. What?
Didn't he just tell you that?
お疲れ様です。あ、注意。一条注意。
何ですか？
さっき注意にお電話がありましたよ。
誰から？
若い女の人でニャンニャンといえばわかると。
え？本当？ああ、やった
それから
Is that a
あと A の5番
reference
が
to
どうと
something?
か。ああ、言っちゃったよ。まあ
The restaurant.
Is that the restaurant's name?
Yeah.
もしもし、民名さん
I
は？
don't remember that ever being said.
はあ。じゃあ、そのホテルの連絡先をお願いします。早く出ないかな。
Don't be so impatient, dude. You're calling very late at night.
いくら気晴らしだからって
I mean, also that guy didn't give all the rest of the message. You know, the whole A5 seat
お
thing.
やすみ。
おやすみなさい。
電話の要件何だったんだろう。民名から電話なんて。
See, this is why I don't like the whole love thing going on. Because stuff like this happens, like, oh no, I don't understand because I didn't listen to the message. Now we are cross purposes, you know.
Well, the other guy didn't deliver the message.
Oh, he tried to, but he went off to call Minmay.
I think the implication was that Minmay said, just tell him this, and he'll know. Because that's the
Yeah, but
last
what
thing that
happened?
he says.
And they said, oh, A5 something or other, and he's like, oh no, whoop. And he ran off and never got the message.
My boyfriend is a pilot. Might as well be the Minmay theme song.
Pretty much.
Also, Mai there didn't seem to have didn't seem to have a problem being around men as much as the other three did around being around women.
軍の全面的なご協力に支えられ、このシャオパイロンはやっと完成いたしました。ここで主演のお二人に登場していただきましょう。
The first military-produced kung fu
リ
movie.
ン・カイフン、そしてリン・ミンメイ。
Too right.
ミンメイ、初めての主演の感想は？
大変でした。監督さんには毎日送られましたし、
おいおい、わしはそんなに怒ったかね。
ごめんなさい。監督さんは優しくしてくださいましたし、
Except for that part where I
スタッ
just said
フ
that
の
you
皆
yelled
様
at
に
me
も
every
大
day.
変ご迷惑をかけました。でも私は私なりに一生懸命頑張ったつもりです。どうか最後まで楽しんでください。
So he is watching the movie, but he's not in the seat that she's selected for him. So he's there.
Oh yeah, we knew he'd be here.
Yeah.
Literally, what else happens on the Macross? You're gonna be fighting,
そういえば民名は
or you're in some weird drama.
嘘、本当？
嘘だよそんなのは。民名親衛隊の前でよくそんなことが言えるな。
うるせえぞてめえら、聞こえねえじゃねえか。
さあ、
Yeah, we didn't need to see
前座
those
はここ
people.
で消えよう。では、ミメちゃん。
We just need to know that they existed, that's all.
それでは聴いてください。テーマソングのシャオパイロンです。
Which assumedly you'd hear in a couple of seconds when the movie starts.
Remember 大空舞う白金の翼シャオパイロンシャオパイロン Remember 燃える瞳闇を救う
I also want to point out this is a very weird opening song for a movie that's asking you to remember something before the movie's even started. Imagine if this was the hidden hour and a half long episode of Macross. Where we reverse Robotech another anime as a movie.
原始的な戦いだな。この程度の戦闘記録映像に連中はなぜ熱中するのだ。
さあ、私には分かりかねます。
あの独特な戦い方、もしかしたらあいつが私を倒したやつなのか。
Again, he got the role because he can actually do martial arts though, so it's not like it's all fake.
動いてる、喋ってる。お前らな、本当の民名ちゃんはもっと可愛いんだぞ。
俺たちなんかな、本物の民名ちゃんを見ちゃったんだもんね。
俺たち民
あ
名ちゃんの友達なんだぞ。あ、おい、見ろ。おー。
We're in Futurama territory now.
まさか伝説の力で。
Can humans breathe fire? Did we make that up?
奴らはそんな力を持っていたのか。
さすればこの前の強力なエネルギー障壁もうなずけますな。
とりあえずボドルザー総司令に報告しておくか。
And if only we knew what was going on their ships, maybe we could defeat them with movies. Weird choice to make the two cousins the love interests of the movie.
Yeah.
But I guess nobody else has a problem with that.
文化ってのはその漢字の連続さ。文化ってそんなにすごいのか。
素晴らしいもんだぜ。
お前らも民名ちゃんと今みたいなことをしたのか。そうよ。そうとも1回や2回じゃないぜ。
Oh, I see what the plan is. We're gonna one up that weird situation with a completely weirder situation.
Oh.
一条注意。
早瀬隊、どうもちょっと転んじゃったもんで。
で、そこに偶然私がいたっていうの？
そうだよ。偶然でもなきゃ誰があんたの尻なんかに。
言ったわね。
いいぞ姉ちゃん。そんなスケベ男警察に突き出しちまえ。
こっちへ来なさい。まったく軍の対面も何もあったもんじゃないわ。
Not after we got
I mean,
shoved off of Earth.
yeah.
いい恥かいたわよ。
This came out in the 80s, right? Or was that the 90s?
Yeah.
ちょっと映
80s.
画を見に。
So technically, they should be rife with the sci-fi movies about fighting aliens, shouldn't they?
Yeah.
市民の皆さんは避難してください。
I'm sorry, why?
こんなに早くフォーメーション
Why are we transforming?
ここら辺の避難場所を知ってますか？
時は一刻を争うのよ。このまま基地
Did
ま
we
で走り
forget
ま
to
す。
show anything happening outside the ship this episode?
早く避難所はこっちよ。
民兵大丈夫か民兵。
They don't look the same either.
大丈夫か怪我ないかい。
I think they're doing a weird thing with Kaifu
もう大
here.
丈夫だよ。
Well, not even
市民に
this.
避難する
Like
時
the
間も
weird
与え
thing
ない
where
の
they're
か。
doing love interests or cousins thing. I mean, the weird thing of Kaifun is a guy who has one of those faces.
Everybody, you know.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's so handsome, right? I don't think you can be so handsome and have one of those faces.
He's so handsome.
あそこを曲がればなんとかなるかも。
Well, I think when you have one of those faces, that makes you think everyone think that you look like somebody else. Everybody you look like has to be handsome at that point for you to also
大
be
体あ
handsome.
なたが角を曲がろうなんて言うから。
しょうがないだろ。一本道が曲がってるんだから曲がるしかないじゃないか。それに曲がってなきゃ潰されたよ。だいたい避難場所に一時避難してるよ。
上官に対してそんな口の利き方がありますか。
こんな状況で上官風吹かすのやめてくれよ。
The walls literally look like they all have handholds built into them. You could get out of here.
攻撃が始まったみたいね。シャン、大丈夫かしら。
違うんです。
It's a shame that the squadron commander isn't out.
B ブロックじゃなくて C4 ブロックの防戦に回ってください。
指示はちゃんと出してください。
すいません。早瀬隊員早く来てください。
ねえ、拗ねてないで何か言ってよ。一条注意、何か喋りなさい。ねえ、何か喋ってよ。私の悪口でもいいから。喋ってない。
Nobody will be able to stay in their seats for the please say something
心
scene.
細いなんて言葉が聞けるとは思ってもみなかったよ。
悪かったわね。
そうそう、その方が大らしい。
さっきのだって私らしいのに。
実は俺も少し寂しかったんだけどさ。あのさ。
どうぞ。
しかしなんでこんなに早くフォーメーションに入ったのかな。
私のいない間はシャミー少尉が戦闘指示を出してるはずよ。
ああ、それでか。
あれでも専門教育受けてるのよ。
そういやマックスはちゃんとやってるかな。
大丈夫よ。彼は天才なんでしょ。
It's in his name.
あ、俺よりも才能あるからな。
天才よ。戦闘判断は的確だし、操縦技術もトップじゃない。
Woe betide Max
あ
dumbass.
いつの前じゃそんなこと言わないでくれ。
どうして？
まああいつに限ってそんなことはないだろうけど、戦闘で一番怖いのは自分を過信することなんだ。
一発の指揮官らしいこと言うじゃない。
まあな。
誰か噂してるな。
Sorry, it's that thing going around. I think they call it COVID.
Yeah.
こうしてると捕虜になった時のことを思い出すな。
そうね。あの時は。
Another excuse to repeat footage.
大変だったわね。でもあの時ほど切羽詰まってないわよ。
Oh, I thought the point was that he was going to make himself sad remembering Heyo.
そうだな。ここは敵艦の中じゃない。でも遠いな。
Also, why does this remind you of that? And not your time with Minmei again?
やんでもまたすぐ攻撃。何度でも飽きな
I
い
mean,
や
that
つ
would be more befitting of the crossover because Minmei is actively remembering you.
あれだけの力があれば。
そうね。これはあなたも聞いてるかもしれないけど、敵には今2つの勢力があるらしいの。一つは私たちをプロトカルチャーだと考え。
Wow, interesting. As you know, I'm going to tell you my theory again.
潰そうって連中か。
そう。その結果、命令系統が混乱して、あんな散発的な攻撃しかできないんじゃないかしら。
しかし、いつまでこんなことが続くのかね。
でも、この混乱が収まったら、私たちどうなると思う？生き残るか、死滅するか。
パープル中隊さん、そっちへ敵の主力が
Oh,
参
it's
り
gonna
ま
be
した。
daytime
ト
outside
ランクスル
in
ビーター
space.
さんもパープルさんの応援に回ってください。戦闘指示に余裕が出てきたわね。
でもまだ危なっかしいな。
戦闘中は
I'm
死
sorry,
を
did we
慎
just
んでください。
randomly transform so she could learn the
わかりました。
controls?
Apparently.
Feels like you should have some sort of simulation mode for that.
I think she ordered the transformation, you know.
次長君、どうしたの？大丈夫？
コーラコーラ
You trap a coal machine in here with you?
お
Yeah.
いコーラちくしょう。
一条君無駄よ。
I actually prefer the fact that the machine doesn't just fall into a pit because you called it to.
Oh, it's probably like a Roomba. It has like a laser or something. It detects an empty space like that. It's like, oh,
I know
no,
that's what I'm
this
saying. I
is dangerous.
prefer that it's not so dumb. It's just like
何か言えないようなわけ
impulsively
でもあ
move
る
in the direction it's being
はい
called
はい、そん
in
なの。
to the point
あ
where
な
it'll
たと
fall
同
over
じで
shit.
映画を見に行っただけよ。
ふん
It's like
映画見てたの
anti-children
本当
programming.
かな
見てたわよ。ちゃんと海軍さんとミーメイさんの挨拶だって聞いたんだから。
へえ早瀬隊でも映画なんか見るの
いいじゃない。私だって女の子よ。
女の子って年かいおばんのくせに
言ったわね。
だって女の子は待てよ女の早瀬隊が民名を見に行くわけないよなそうか海軍がお目当てなんだ
違うわよ。
うわーそうだそうなんだろう早瀬隊は海軍がお目当てで映画に行ったんだろうで早瀬さん海軍さんのどんな点に惹かれたんですか
何をバカにして。
You're supposed to be like
そっち
holding a
こそミー
microphone?
メイ
Is
さ
that
んとう
what
まくいってるの？
you tell us?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
民名
Again, cousins. It's weird.
10年も前のような気がするよ
ねえねえ、私の言ったことなんて気にしないでよ。そんな深刻にならないで。
早瀬隊も俺と同じ理由で途中で映画館を出たのでも何だってあんな軍人嫌いの男が気に入ったのさ
昔ちょっと憧れた人によく似
It's
てる。
No, he
literally
doesn't.
all looks.
その人は何も言わないうちに死んじゃったけど。
Well, Misa's eyesight's bad. We already know that.
でも一条君にしては少しキザっぽいわね。ごめんなさい。ちょっと思い出しちゃったもんだから。
いいんだよこんな生活好きな人でもいなくちゃやってけないよ
そうね。
敵交代していきます。やっと終わった。
Thank God the animation budget allowed us to. No, never mind. We ran out.
私ね、デートの約束があるんだけどな。
それは艦長の
What the
権限
fuck, lady? Did you already move on? You're as fast as Roy. Oh, wait.
これからどうすりゃいいのかね
今日精一杯生きる。それしかないんじゃない。
そんなもんかな
そんなもんよ。
Yeah.
フォーメーションが解除されたんだな
そうね。
I mean, it's kind of ironic. Him and Minmay kissing that one time got interrupted by the ship transforming. And
Yeah.
then almost kissing got interrupted by the ship transforming back. We're still getting damaged by this shit? I thought we built the place specifically not to.
コーラ飲む
上官におごるなんて10年早いわよ。
じゃあいただきます
何するの？
黙って
何があるの？
ダメだタイは見ない方がいいまこんなもんかもね
大丈夫よ。海軍さんはあの子のいとこなんでしょ。
I know.
それに
It's weird.
あの子は誰とでも仲良くなる子だし、
でも仲が良すぎるよ。
What did I say before about special parking spots for the cars?
俺プロメテウス
Just in case of transformation.
格納庫なんて後で行けばいいじゃない。それよりもうちょっと付き合ってくれない？
That's good responsible behavior from an officer.
Her direct superior officer, too.
And the sad version of my boyfriend is a pilot plays, of course.
So clearly we already established the fact that they have a romantic triangle. Something or other going
Not
on
even really a triangle, it's some sort of weird geometric shape.
そこへ奇襲を成功させたバトルポットが乱入してゆく。次回超時空要塞マクロスラブコンサート。
Are we going Fifth Element here? That Minmay is gonna have to stop some sort of fight from happening with a love song of something, and
I don't know.
She's gonna be heartbroken because Hikaru winds up with Misa. You know, just like Lilu at the end of Fifth Element has to be reminded of what love is in order to be able to sing back the Zentradi forces.
I don't. What can I say about that? Nothing at all, really.
No.
I can't say anything about it. Yeah.
Well, again, I keep forgetting if you've watched Macross before or if you're just remembering everything from Robotech.
Pretty much.
Yeah, no,
the last one.
I mean, they've established this relationship since they got captured earlier on. The whole kissing scene, and they kissing again, and then yeah, I don't know. Is that Mia?
The thing
is that Mila?
No, I don't know. That's Lin Min-mei.
Sometimes drawn with green hair, sometimes with brown. As you can see, this one picture with two different hair colors.
Yeah. The thing is, Hikaru doesn't kiss Ming-mei. They don't get to kiss, but he does get to kiss twice Miyase. And apparently, first Lin Min-mei's kiss is with Kaifun during the movie. I mean, it's acting, but still.
Well, the first time we see it on screen, anyway. I mean, it's still weird. Still a weird thing. Who are we going to cast as the love interest for our idol? Well, we did bring in this other guy who's good at Kung Fu. You mean her cousin? Do you think that's going to read weird to everyone who knows their real-life relationship? Who's going to know? There's only a close-knit group of 50,000 people aboard this ship who are literally only have time in the day to follow the dramas of this one person.
Yeah.
Which person is that? Oh, the one we're talking about. Literally everybody knows every aspect of her life by now.
Yeah.
Except for possibly the pilot she hangs out with all the time and sing about one time.
Well, he's used to hang out with because, of course, now they're... I mean, I didn't like the fact that it's like now... I guess, again, it kind of reinforces the fact that Ming-mei sees Hikaru as sort of a lifeline, right? A friend lifeline. And she's upset that he wasn't sitting in the chair that it was there in for him, right, in front. But it seems like, especially when we get that Kaifun Hikaru things, like, oh, Hikaru is the person that I knew from before all this fame. So he's my connection to that. But whether or not she's actually now developing romantic feelings for him when he's not there, absence and all that, I don't know. It's weirdly constructed, which is one of the reasons why I don't like these romantic quadrangles or whatever the hell.
I just don't feel like the show fully explores the things that it brings up. Like, if you took this to a completely different angle, right? We got shown that there's a Min-mei fan club on board the ship, right?
Yeah.
Which seems fairly obvious. Now, a Min-mei fan club would be exploring all the angles of Min-mei's life. Because we know from other anime. I don't know if you know from other anime, but from other anime, if you have a fan club, that fan club is going to be obsessive. It's going to be filled with the people who have the pictures of shit all over their walls and like collectible items in their rooms, whatever. They would clearly be trying to figure out who my boyfriend is a pilot is about, even if it's not written by her. And the fact that Minmay flew off of the Macross to her hometown with a pilot aboard we had all our fans behind a rope who were watching it happen,
Yeah.
and that there was a mysterious A5 seat that was not sat in. Who was supposed to be taking that? I heard Minmay asked for it specifically, or Kaifun did on Minmay's behalf. People would be investigating this shit. People would know who Hikaru is.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Which means Hikaru should be constantly be not assaulted, but maybe assailed by Minmay fans wanting to answer questions and shit. That's what I'm saying. They're propositioning the world as this place and then not fully exploring all the aspects of it. Like, I'm bringing this up because I could see this happening in, say, Hajime no Ippo, which is a anime about boxing, where they still explore everything that's happening in the world based on whatever they say is happening. Versus this, where, hey, remember that movie that we brought up that we're doing? Let's go see a bit of that. Oh no, ship's under attack, I think. Or we're simulating a fight, although it sounds like they actually were under attack. Because, they say they hear the sounds of it. And I think at the very end they say, oh, we won, or something. We can't even define if the ship was under attack when we did a weird transformation sequence. We're not
Yeah, I
exploring the
mean,
world to that amount that we're literally
I
doing an
think
off-screen fight.
the whole aspect of the off-screen fight is designed to, essentially be a setup for Hikaru and Miyase to be locked together so they can reminisce about, who they're in love with and what do they care about, and moving on the romantic aspect of their relationship rather than anything else.
I mean, I get that, but there's also an aspect of conservation of story, right? If you're going to do that, you should overlap story elements to make everything play out as seamlessly as possible. Like, you could get Misa and Hikaru trapped, but also you could play out what's his name, those Andrade pilots assault attempts. We could see what happened to him after that last explosion, and how his new interaction with Britai, now that Britai's back and in control, would be like during this weird combat. We have no idea why they're fighting right now, because it doesn't seem like Britai is launching an attack. So who's attacking them? That's what I'm saying. We have a bunch. It creates more questions than it answers, and it's only answering one question, which is, are Misa and Hikaru gonna hook up? And that's not even a question the episode started with. It answered
Yeah.
a question no one was asking.
Yeah, I think they're juggling a lot of balls in the air right now. No pun intended.
It's not a pun, for one thing, because you're indicating sexual activity that was not indicated by the show. And again, they're not juggling balls. There's the attack on the Macross this episode was not a ball that was in the air, right? You're juggling balls that don't exist. I'm doing this and pretending there's balls in the air, so
no,
that
I mean what they're doing is that they have these multiple storylines. Like they have the bit with the spies. Now we're just calling them the spies, the recon crew. Saying, "Oh my God, no, this happens all the time. We kiss May and all that." So they're doing that, and they're doing the Hikaru, Miyase and Minmay thing, and reminding us that this other actress exists that tries to basically splash her with wine, but and that she's still relevant because she just went out to have sex with the president of the company, whatever, right? So there's a lot of things going on, but none of them really are the center of the episode, other than vaguely this. Oh, we're pining for, these other people. That's it.
I know you're reaching because the moment that you brought up the Hollywood actress and the first time she came up, you're like, she's so unimportant. She's not even worth putting on the board. You even told me. So now you're bringing her up as a hanging plot point to justify this episode.
I'm not.
And also, I want to point out that every other time that Macross used to get attacked, it was Britai and that little short dude who I can't remember the name of, coming up with some plan to like try and figure something out about the Macross or exploit a weakness or something. Now we're getting attacked by people that don't exist. Literally, it doesn't matter why the Macross is being attacked anymore. The fact that Macross can be attacked is now a plot point.
Yeah. But anyway, just there's a lot of stuff. There seems to be a lot of stuff happening, but we're really not seeing any of it. So sorry about that.
Well, I didn't want to respond if you did want to get your whole voicemail into a recording.
Sorry about that. Apologies.
Well, no. I mean, like, it's more important for me. I don't record your personal life.
Yeah, no, well, nothing important. So yeah, going back there seems to be. Let me rephrase what I say. There seems to be a lot of things going on, but not really.
I would say it was a fairly entertaining episode. A lot of stuff did happen, like not in the realm of importance. Say like the Misa Hikaru thing was, and Min May's reflections on her relationship with Hikaru were the most important bits. But I just mean like in the realm of say this versus Phantasm, right? This feels like it has more weight than Phantasm, obviously.
I mean, yeah, first of all, they're not really doing a clip show. And second, you actually have the characters interacting and talking to each other and expressing themselves, right? And so, because basically Phantasm is just Hikaru by himself.
Well, it's not, I say Phantasm is not really a clip show. It's like a psychedelic trip through Macross.
Yeah.
I almost took that picture of Kaifun as Britai holding Minmay in his hand. Almost thought about myself, I could probably make a is this meme out of it. You know, the one with the guy with the butterfly. Is this a butterfly or whatever the hell it is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because he's literally in that pose, kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Is this a Minmay?
Yeah.
Is this protoculture?
But yeah, I feel like this episode has a fair amount of action to it that makes it separate from all the episodes where nothing happens and feels like nothing happens. This episode has it felt like a lot of stuff happened, but if you take a step back and think about it, really nothing happened at all. Ah, man. We're always going to come back to episode 20, 21, and remember that fight with the Zentradi, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any other wrap-up on this episode?
No, not really.
Well, I've been Theta, this is Lessons, we're Stone Face Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?